Hi guys, it's Thursday. Welcome to another edition of All Things Real Estate. Spring has officially sprung. It's getting hot out there. I don't know where you are watching this from, but here in the Dallas area, it is getting hot. And that means it is time to do a little spruce up of your front yard. Whether you're looking at selling your home or not, the tips that I'm going to talk to you about today are great little DIY projects for a weekend, and it'll only take you like one day, right? It won't take you Saturday and Sunday, just Saturday. And these are just some tips and tricks to spruce up that front yard for spring, so stay tuned.
All things real estate, all things real estate.
Okay, so these 5 tips that I'm going to go over today are things that I talk to my home sellers about doing before we list their home. Now, of course, in today's market, sellers don't need to do that much to get their home sold, but these little tips and tricks will not only make you more money if you are selling, but they're just good little tips to do just as annual things to your front yard so that your neighbors continue to like you. So number 1 is trim up those shrubs and bushes, right? If you have any shrubs or bushes that are sort of out of control or have been over the winter, just get a little snipper from Home Depot and trim those things up. And it is amazing what a difference just a little trim up will make to your front yard. It just makes it look more manicured and that kind of thing. So it's super easy to just trim up the bushes and trees. The second thing is, this is probably kind of obvious, but while you're trimming up those trees and bushes, go ahead and take out all the dead stuff, right? Probably got a lot of leftover stuff from the winter. We had a couple freezes in the Dallas area this last winter, so just get all that stuff cleared out that is old and dead, and that again will make a super big difference really quickly. Number 3 is the cure to all evils in a front yard, and I tell people this all the time when we're listing a house. Instead of telling them to go out and spend hundreds of dollars on landscaping, just get some bags of black mulch and put it everywhere. It's amazing what black mulch does. It's like it just creates a really good contrast between the yard and the flower beds and the house. And it really makes the yard look nice and taken care of just to put black mulch everywhere. Brown is fine too. People ask me that all the time. Brown is fine too, but black really creates that nice contrast color that you want in the front yard. Number 4 is masses of color. If you are going to do some plantings, besides just basically perennials that are green all the time, if you're going to do some colored plants, what I always recommend is doing them in masses of color. Instead of getting a bunch of petunias that are, pink and purple and white and red and that kind of thing, get all one color and do it all over the yard or in masses. I tell people this too. If you think about the way that the Arboretum here in Dallas plants, that's what they do. They plant in big masses of color. So when you're looking across the Arboretum, you're not seeing like sprinkles of different colors all over. You're seeing actual masses. So that's a really good thing to do in a front yard, is plant some nice collections of all one color. And then number 5, if you're doing some pots and things like that next to the front door up by the house, a really nice modern way to do that is use big either black or white pots, not the terracotta ones that have been so common. Black and white is a super big house trend color right now for the outside brick. You've seen all the painted brick houses and the black windows and the black roofs and things like that we're seeing now. Same thing for pots. If you use some big black or white pots, it just really modernizes the look of your home in a super, super easy way. And you can do some nice masses of color in those pots as well. So those are my 5 tips and tricks that I tell my sellers, and I'm sharing them with you today. I hope you enjoyed it. And see, that's not a lot of work, right? It would only take you one day. It wouldn't even take you 2 days on a weekend, just one. So if you have any questions about anything, I hope you get in touch, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your Thursday, and thank you for tuning in. And if you like the videos that you're seeing, please do subscribe, and I will hopefully see you next week on another edition of All Things Real Estate. Bye.
All things real estate, all things real estate.